He'd rather bathe with detergents than buy a bathing soap in his house. His name is Oga Ndu. Oga Ndu was known across the city. He was one of the richest Igbo men. He owned warehouses, shops, trucks, and businesses that never slept. Money entered his account every single day. But Oga Ndu is a very stingy man. He guarded his money like a dragon guards fire. Spending even small money made his chest hot. Inside his house, life was dry and painful. Chinwe, his wife, cooked tiny meals and shared them carefully with the children. Their clothes were old and their shoes had tears. Outside, Oga Ndu ate like a king, but at home, he counted every grain of rice. He watched his family suffer without blinking. He counted seasoning cubes, measured garri in cups. He even counted his wife's sanitary pads and how many she's supposed to use a month. If anyone helped Oga Ndu buy something, he waited for his change. Even if it was 5 naira, he demanded it back with anger. "Come on, give me my change," he would shout. "You think say I dey pick money?" His workers has a name for him, Oga Akagom. They feared him. He paid them late and shouted when they asked questions. Yet his warehouses kept growing taller. Oga Ndu drove an old shaking car. People thought his business was failing, but it was all a lie. One night, Chinwe, his wife, decided to ask him once more to open a business for her. She had tried several times, but he had always refused. "My husband," she said, "please give me some money. Let me start up a small business so that I can at least assist with some household bills." "Which money?" he asked angrily. "Where will I see the money to give to you? Please don't disturb me. I don't have any money." Chinwe held back her tears and continued, hoping that he would change. He hid his wealth in silence while his family paid the price. Chinwe knew everything but said nothing. But she knew something. Oga Ndu likes women. He likes going to the club. That is the only place he spends his money. He threw money in the air, laughed loudly, and sprayed girls like rain. In clubs, Oga Ndu paid bills without counting. He opened drinks and rooms like water. At home, Chinwe reused oil and begged markets for credit. The children slept hungry while their father danced. Chinwe cried quietly at night. She remembered how he was before they got married. He was a kind and generous man. But what changed, she asked herself. She prayed for strength, not love anymore. Her heart slowly turned cold. She turned her frustration into anger. She started plotting and planning on how she can deal with Oga Ndu and give her children the life they deserve. One day, Chinwe followed Oga Ndu. She saw him with different women spending freely. One day, Chinwe ran into an old friend of hers, Ada, at the market. Ada looked so happy and beautiful. They greeted and exchanged contacts. Chinwe thought to herself, "This is it. She is perfect for this job." The next day, Chinwe visited Ada. She saw the beautiful house she's living in and how beautiful she lived. Her anger grew even stronger. Chinwe told her story and how she wants her to help. Ada listened without interrupting. When Chinwe finished, Ada smiled softly. She already understood men like Oga Ndu. They would use Oga Ndu's weakness, his love for women, and secret pride. That night, Ada dressed well and moved close to Oga Ndu in the club. She acted impressed but calm. Oga Ndu noticed her immediately, his ego awake. He walked to her. "Can I pay for your drink?" he asked proudly. Ada played hard to get for a little while, but she gave in. By the middle of the night, they were already laughing and talking. He bragged about his business and success. Ada praised his success and vision. He tried his best to impress her. Ada told him that she has an importation company. She pretended to admire his businesses. She asked smart questions. Oga Ndu showed off documents, accounts, and property names. He trusted her. Ada spoke to him about investments. She suggested buying warehouses together. She also convinced him to invest a huge sum of money to import some goods at a cheaper price. Oga Ndu signed papers without reading well. Pride blinded him. Ada dared him. He wanted to measure up so bad. Chinwe stayed quiet at home. She smiled like a tired wife. Oga Ndu never suspected her. He believed she was weak. One by one, properties moved legally. Warehouses changed hands. Oga Ndu felt powerful, not knowing he was losing everything. Ada played him so well. He bragged to some of his male friends about how he's going to be the richest amongst them. He bragged that his goods are on their way and he's going to have the biggest warehouse in the city. Ada made sure she drained him by pushing him to use his last card to clear invisible goods. Weeks later, Ada disappeared completely. He called her numbers over and over, but none was reachable. He tried to contact the suppliers, but none answered. Oga Ndu lost everything: warehouses, houses, and businesses. Workers left. Now the old car was all he had. It matched his life. No club welcomed him anymore. No girl answered his calls. Chinwe now controlled the wealth. Peace returned to her life. Oga Ndu begged Chinwe. He cried and promised change. But Chinwe refused revenge, but chose distance. She protected her children. Oga Ndu learned that money has memory. Oga Ndu sat alone in darkness. No music, no laughter. His wealth once made noise. Now silence screamed. He saw himself clearly for the first time. Greed stared back at him. He tried to make a complaint in the police station, but he didn't have any real evidence. Ada told him a fake name, gave him fake address, and even fake phone numbers. Everything was fake. He understood too late that love is cheaper than loss. But lessons don't wait for readiness. Chinwe rebuilt slowly. She lived wisely. Her strength replaced her tears. She ran her business calmly and carefully. She also rewarded her friend Ada handsomely. The children laughed again. Food was plenty. Their smiles healed Chinwe's soul. Oga Ndu lived quietly. No pride left. He became a warning story. A man who starves his home feeds strangers with his future. Greed eats its owner last, but completely. Never underestimate the power of an angry woman, because when she decides to take actions, even the devil sits down and takes notes.